really run with. And if you hate science fiction because it's so stupid, you're going to love this. Because we do to science fiction what needs to be done. We poke fun at all the ridiculousness and the absurdity of science fiction, and at the same time, we honor it.
These new uniforms are pretty snappy, eh, First Officer?
I suppose, Captain. I'm not as big a fan of velour as you are. Now, what do you want to do about that unidentified ship?
Destroy them! Let's get a nice feel to it.
We will have celebrity voices on Futurama. In fact, the celebrities will even be able to play themselves. How? How can you play yourself 1,000 years from now? If you're willing to be a head in a jar, we will allow you to be on Futurama. We have Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy's head in a jar.
I'm Leonard Nimoy.
Spock? Hey, do the thing.
I don't do that anymore.
What the?
The first step in creating a new animated series like Futurama is designing the show's cast. Great attention is given to the look of every character, and Groening personally supervises the process with his unique style guide for the series.
And another one. I did hundreds of different kinds of designs for each character before I arrived on the vague, crude design that then I gave to professional designers, and they sort of cleaned up a little. Then I took their cleaned up version and I made them crude again, and that's the result of what you see on the air.
This is the sort of the early sexy version of Leela with the tiny nose. This is based on my original drawing. See, that's my idea of a sexy babe.
As far as the look, it's Matt Groening's drawing style, and hopefully that will give it a little familiarity that people appreciate, while at the same time he's given it a lot of strange twists that you would never see in The Simpsons, and we have aliens and bizarre creatures of every type.
A big part of my job is to ensure that the design of the show is really terrific, and that every detail of the show sort of has that extra sense of really existing within that universe. The sets are loaded with beautiful futuristic skyscrapers, all kinds of flying vehicles, everything from flying taxis and police cars to flying buses. There's a little transport system called the Tube that runs through the city of New York, and basically all you have to do is stand under it, and it vacuum sucks you to wherever you want to go.
Tours.
The next stage in production focuses on the development of the script. Groening and Cohen are on hand throughout, especially when the actors rehearse their roles.
Greasing the pan and preheating your oven to 3,500 degrees.
There could be any amount of time from 1 day to a year between when we think of the idea for the story and actually begin talking about it in earnest. But once we begin talking about it in earnest, we put a few days into that process. Then someone goes out and writes the script for 3 or 4 weeks. Then a group of writers, usually somewhere between 5 and 8 of us, sit around the table for a week straight, basically, all day, every day, just kind of combing over every line. And this is the same process The Simpsons goes through, basically, just trying to pack it with the density of material that people are used to from The Simpsons. After that, we have the table reading, in which we get to hear the actors actually perform it and see if the lines are anything like what we imagined when we were writing it. All in all, it probably adds up to about 2 months from the initial discussions to when we end up recording the show.
The final stage of production is the animation process. Every character's movements are painstakingly sketched by skilled animators. The script is broken down into individual shots on storyboards, and in all it takes about 6 months to produce 1 episode from the initial idea to the finished program. So get ready for state-of-the-art animation combined with cutting-edge comedy as Fry, Bender and Leela take you to the world of tomorrow. Prepare to visit the moon's theme park and meet the decapitated head of Pamela Anderson.
One of the great things about this is still, I'm still doing it. I'm still getting away with it. I can't believe it. This is what I used to get in trouble for doing in school. This is what they used to rap my knuckles with the ruler about. You know, you're drawing, you're wasting your time. Don't draw those rocket tips. Wham! You know? And now I'm doing it. It's great.